You check your phone. Again. No new messages. They said they were just busy, but that little voice in your head won't stop whispering. Do they even love me anymore? Maybe you brush it off. I'm just overthinking. But what if you're not? What if the signs are right in front of you, and you've just been ignoring them? Today, we're breaking down the 12 subtle and sometimes painful signs your partner doesn't love you, even if they say they do. And trust me, number 7? It's a silent killer. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand. Sign 1. They rarely initiate contact. If you're always the one texting first, making plans, or carrying the conversation, stop telling yourself you're just the better communicator. That's not kindness. That's emotional labor you're doing alone. Love is a partnership, not a one-sided performance. When someone truly cares, they show up, they reach out, they match your energy. A relationship shouldn't feel like you're constantly pulling teeth just to get their attention. If they wanted to talk, they would. If they missed you, you'd know. Silence isn't always busyness. Sometimes it's indifference in disguise. You deserve someone who chooses you, not just tolerates you. Someone who initiates, not just responds. Stop excusing their laziness as they're just bad at texting, or they're busy. People make time for what matters. And if you're always an afterthought, that's your answer. Sign 2. They avoid deep conversations. If every attempt to discuss feelings, the future, or relationship issues gets deflected with jokes, silence, or "Why are you so serious?" that's not just avoidance, it's emotional abandonment. True intimacy requires 2 willing participants. When your partner consistently shuts down these conversations, they're not chill. They're refusing to meet you in the vulnerable space where real connection lives. A loving partner leans into tough talks, even when uncomfortable. They ask, "How are you really?" and care about your answers. But dismissive behavior? That's someone protecting themselves at your expense. Over time, this creates a dangerous pattern. You learn to swallow your needs to keep the peace, while they enjoy all the benefits of a relationship without doing the work. You can't build a future with someone who won't acknowledge the present. If they can't handle honest conversations now, they won't magically change later. Love isn't just comfort, it's courage. And you deserve someone brave enough to face it all with you. Sign 3. They don't prioritize you. When their friends, work, hobbies, even trivial things, always take priority over you. That's not being busy, that's a choice. Love isn't measured in sweet words or occasional grand gestures. It's proven in the daily decisions to show up. If you constantly feel like an option rather than a priority, that's not insecurity, it's intuition. A partner who truly values you will make time, not excuses. They'll reschedule a hangout with friends to support you on a tough day. They'll put their phone down to listen when you speak. They'll choose you, not just when it's convenient, but when it matters. If you're always being penciled in around their real life, ask yourself, why are you fighting for a spot in someone's life when they wouldn't do the same for you? You deserve to be someone's hell, yes, not their "I'll let you know." Love isn't just felt, it's demonstrated. And if their actions keep telling you you're not important, believe them. Sign 4. They're hot and cold. One day they're sweet, attentive, and full of affection, making you feel cherished. The next? Distant, detached, almost like a stranger. This whiplash of emotions isn't normal. It's a red flag. Consistent love doesn't vanish overnight. If their warmth comes in unpredictable waves, they're either emotionally immature, unsure about you, or keeping you at arm's length for control. You shouldn't have to decode their mixed signals or beg for basic attention. True love is steady, not a guessing game. If they can't offer stability, they're not truly invested, just keeping you hooked on crumbs of affection. Sign 5. They don't celebrate you. A partner who loves you celebrates your wins, big or small. They're the first to cheer you on, whether it's a promotion, personal milestone, or even a small daily victory. But if they respond with indifference, half-hearted praise, or even subtle jealousy, "Must be nice," or "I wish I had that luck," it's a glaring sign of emotional disconnect. Love doesn't compete, it uplifts. If they can't genuinely share in your joy, they're either insecure, resentful, or simply not invested in your happiness. You deserve someone who's proud of you, not threatened by your light. Sign 6. They avoid labels or commitment. After months or years together, if they still dodge labels, future plans, or deeper commitment with vague excuses like, "I'm not ready," or "let's just go with the flow," they're not being cautious. They're keeping you in limbo. Love that's real doesn't fear definition. It seeks security. If they wanted a future with you, they'd move mountains to make it clear. But indefinite hesitation means they're either waiting for something better or simply stringing you along. You deserve certainty, not a partner who treats your heart like a maybe. True love commits. Everything else is just stalling. Sign 7. They never compromise. A healthy relationship thrives on compromise, both partners adjusting to meet each other's needs. But if your partner always insists on their way, dismissing your wants, that's not love. It's control. They won't bend on plans, opinions, or even small disagreements. If you voice concerns, they guilt-trip you. You're being difficult, or stonewall. Love is teamwork, not dictatorship. Selfish partners see relationships as one-sided, their comfort, their rules. Over time, you shrink yourself to avoid conflict. Ask, do I feel valued or just tolerated? Real love negotiates. It doesn't bulldoze. You deserve mutuality, not surrender. Sign 8. You feel lonely. Around them, that crushing loneliness you feel even when they're sitting right beside you. Their body present, but their heart and mind somewhere else. You reach for connection, but they're distracted, disengaged, or just going through the motions. Conversations feel empty, like talking to a ghost. You crave their warmth, but all you get is silence and half-hearted replies. Love should make you feel seen and cherished, not stranded on an emotional island. If you're constantly yearning for the bare minimum, their attention, their presence, ask yourself, why stay where you're starved for the very thing love is meant to give? Sign 9. Hey, don't ask about your life. Every conversation becomes a monologue about their day, their problems, their opinions, while your thoughts and feelings get sidelined. You listen, offer support, and ask questions, but when it's your turn to speak, their eyes glaze over, or they quickly steer the topic back to themselves. A loving partner wants to know what's in your heart, your joys, fears, and mundane little moments. But if they rarely ask, how was your day, or what's on your mind, they're not invested in you, just the attention you give them. Love is a two-way dialogue, not a one-sided performance. Sign 10. They gaslight your concerns. When your pain is met with eye rolls, sighs, or phrases like, you're too dramatic. That's not love. That's emotional invalidation. A caring partner leans in when you're hurting, even if they don't fully understand. But dismissive partners, they weaponize your vulnerability, making their discomfort more important than your very real feelings. Over time, you start swallowing your emotions to keep the peace, shrinking yourself to fit their narrative. True love doesn't silence you. It says, tell me more. When you ache, remember, if they routinely minimize your pain, they're not calming your storms. They're the reason you're drowning. Sign 11. They keep you a secret. A partner who truly loves you will want to integrate you into their world, not keep you hidden like a dirty secret. If they avoid posting about you, dodge introductions to friends, family, or act suddenly single when others are around, they're protecting their options, not your heart. Love shines proudly. It doesn't lurk in shadows. Ask yourself, why am I dating someone who treats me like an embarrassing footnote rather than their proudest chapter? You deserve to be celebrated, not stashed away. When they hide the relationship, they're not being private. They're showing you exactly where you stand. Sign 12. Your gut screams, something's off. That quiet ache in your chest when they cancel plans. Again, the way you rehearse conversations before saying them. Terrified of rocking the boat. The pit in your stomach when their texts go cold for hours. Love shouldn't feel like walking on eggshells or begging for crumbs of attention. Your intuition already knows the truth. You're just afraid to admit it. Real love feels secure, like coming home. If you're constantly gaslighting yourself into staying, maybe I'm asking too much? Listen to that deeper voice. The right person won't make you plead to be loved. You'll just know. Drop a heart in the comments if this resonated, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more raw relationship truths. You are worth more than half-hearted love.